Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to a special edition of High Noon. Yeah, partners, it's time to draw 10 paces. Then we turn and fire. Oh, sorry, wrong type of drawing. We do it by pencil. So, how is everyone today? How are you, Bullet? How are you, Santa Raven? Today is drawing Boiadeiro. Basically translates cowboy. Another one. Ah, you're up at one. um, this is another character by Daniel Verde. You can catch. You're sad because I'm leaving. Yes, but I will be back. Yes, I will be back. uh, So yeah, you can find a link to his webpage and his YouTube in the description. He is from Brazil. So Bullet says he is cross promoting. He's trying to get his show at noon going from noon Atlantic savings time, dinner time. I don't know. AST. Hey, Ulrich. Good morning to you. Morning to you. Afternoon for me. Yeah. Sí, señor. Nanya. Nanya business. Oi. So I put the link today in an older chat or an older thing. So I don't know who might pop in today. You can do it on YouTube, Bullet, but it's not advisable because you get all these. Yeah, we're gonna use your thing to make money for rules because you played our song. Yeah. While you're drawing, you're not doing anything but just listening to music. And of course, you're not making any money and you're only getting 4 views, but we want that money from the 4 views. 4 views. You know, yeah, okay, good. Go ahead and, try and make 2 cents from 4 views. Hey, Joshua. Well, the last stream for about 10 days. Well, there's something I have thought of doing in recent days. I can't leave. I've got a contest running. I can't leave forever. I got to be back on the 9th. No, no, you cannot Santa Eva. Hey, the thing is, I uploaded what? Probably a good 16 videos today. So, although I may be gone, I have like 16 different videos throughout that time. So, although it won't be quite the same feel you get for me, at least it'll be something to tide you over till I come back till I make my resurrection. No, that's a bad, bad thing to say for me. EVO. What's EVO? Um, Boleto. I'm still waking up, but we can make our own Brazilian superhero for this contest, right? Yeah. Yeah, you have till the 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to get your entry in. Um, is this right? That there is tells you everything, Ulrich, that you should need to know. Yes, you've done a pretty good job, Raggedy. Definitely a contender, as far as I'm concerned. But hey, you know, I am but only one vote. Okay. Oh, it's a big game tournament. Okay. Uh, well, if they had sent something in by now, I'd talk them up too. Let's see whether they have. There's nothing on my site. Let's see. Let's see whether anybody else has sent something to my thing. Invincible ninjas don't count. I don't know. Got to be able to see the invisible ninjas, so. Ugh. Okay, nobody has sent in anything new, at least to my email. Let's see if anybody's visible. Maybe he's a ninja that can turn invisible, but you can show him while he's visible. He can't be invisible all the time. And nobody has sent anything into the Dropbox either. So there are no new um, entries as of this time. Hey, let's see. Raggedy's put in one. Who else has put in one? Hello. And Hello's worked on more than one. Dillard's shown me half of one. Turn me down, Mom. And I know there's. Oh, okay, well. Is it noon in Brazil? Yeah. They probably got a couple time zones. It's probably noon in part of Brazil and 1 o'clock and change in Brazil in Sao Paulo. Then, Joshua, you will be disqualified. I think that's about the only way you can get disqualified. Or that entry will be disqualified in anyways. Yes, and hello, Rob. How are you doing today, Rob? Well, that's good that you do have an idea. I'm not saying nobody you didn't have an idea. Well, I can't help it if you don't know who Rob is, Joshua. Rob Stewart. Rob Stewart. Well, Rob knows who Rob is. That's all that matters. Rob doxed himself earlier, so I feel I can call Rob now. Although I knew his name earlier. No, Rob is not my new dad. I wish I could see it. What? There's. Am I being shown, Mom? Yeah, you guys are seeing.
Did you say something to me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Evan's playing with my mind. You see me? Do you see my hand? I'm really hands on. Ricky Bobby. I'm just gonna go with Rob equals Bob. Well, you can go with what you want. Rob has not been saying much. Oh, hey JP. Wonder where John is. I might be sleeping. Hi, Job Pop 4. I'm having chocolate custard. Sounds intriguing. I was watching Cutthroat Jiu-Jitsu event, and she is having a similar problem with pen lag when running streams. Any idea? The gun is whacked, but I don't know what I can do about it. Uh, well, it's really built on Mega Studios' common problem. Who's John? I don't know who John is. John Boy from the Waltons. There. You guys are so nice. Not trying to admit that you know John. Is my pop cold yet, Mom? Or did you even put it in the freezer to get cold? Marsupial John. John JP says he's back from Twitter. Back in a couple moments. Pokemon. Yes. Poka poka poka. Poka 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 poka. No see. Poke 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 poke. Okay. Pinky. Next one. Next one. Next one. There's the song. What changed? He grew up. You want to Pokemon? There's a Pokemon. Pokemon. I was 7 in 1980. Well, for half the year, anyways. Hey, Sticky Art Channel, how are you? Oh, excuse me. Yes, JP, you really robbed the chat there. Cool. Sticky Art. love my friends with dumb names like Juice or Moon. Munch is also a favorite. Moose Class. So people, be sure if you've yet to make sure you enter Cross Comics Creator Contest. There is your information. Oh yeah. Wow, what, JP? What are you wowing at? Well, I think it was JP that robbed the chat when he said about his age. Can't even tell what those are. Well, tell me what your emojis are there, Joshua. Oh. Excuse you again, chat. Jeez, that's Pepsi. Excuse Pepsi. It's really creating an annoying effect, Pepsi. Well, Mom, somebody just insulted you in the chat. They said, too bad. They said that was well brought up. Too bad I wasn't. Too bad we can't have read the chat on your last day before you leave for Brazil for 10 days. Wink, wink. What do you mean, read the chat? I've been reading the chat somewhat. Or do you mean that bot thing? Which I have no idea where to get it again, since it's been a while. Evan, Mr. Von Scriber, have you been subscribing to subscribing? Let's see what I can find the bot. Oh, there, speech chat.
Joshua Hughes said. Ho. Ilrich Yuga said. Yes.
Oh no, why do I change the voice? Forget what I changed the voice. Control panel.
Ilrich Yuga said. Mistakes were not made. E. Ortiz said. Hi all. E. Ortiz said. Came by to drop that coveted at E. Ortiz. Why? Bullet said. Restream bot YouTube says Restream bot Twitch Restream bot says YouTube bot Restream. E. Ortiz said. Like. Ilrich Yuga said. E. Ortiz what up? JP4 said. TDS is the best.
JP4
said. Hi man.
E. Ortiz
Said. Is that Cross Comics using a bot?
Ilrich Yuga
Said. JP is correct.
E vão escrever.
Said.
Regra de man.
Said. That's his Brazilian cyborg girlfriend.
E. Ortiz
Said. Hey at Ilrich Yuga.
Bullet
Said. It is the artist formerly known as E.
E. Ortiz
Said. Hey at JP4.
JP4
Said. El Richie is the best.
Ilrich Yuga
Said. Yay, the bot said my name correctly.
E. Ortiz
Said. Hey at Bullet.
Bullet
Said. What up, yo?
JP4
Said. El Richie, make sure you abuse his bot like you do mine.
Ilrich Yuga
Said. El Richie is my name as well, but only when TDS bot says it.
Ilrich Yuga
Said. Oh, you bet I will.
Estiquiarte Daniel
Said. If I post a new VID, anyone mind taking a quick look and give me feedback? I'm trying to improve.
I'm sure people will be more than willing to give you some feedback. Sticky art. Now, do you mean on the vid or your art? Our bot.
E Ortiz
said. So now everyone must type as fast as possible today and make the bot go insane,
E vão escrever.
said. What kind of feedback?
Eurikyuga
Said. I don't see sticky art in the chat.
Sticky art channel. Alric is like 3 up from your last sentence.
Istiquiartitênio
Said. I'm here.
Eurikyuga
Said. Oh, there you are.
Bullet
Said. Me either, Elric.
JP4
Said. I did not either.
E Ortiz
Said. That sticky art channel is pretty cool channel.
JP4
Said. At STICKY art channel Rick has sticky art because of Canadian maple CI up.
Istiquiartitênio
Said. It's cause I used the word AIDO.
Eurikyuga
Said. Godzilla ate my dingo.
Istiquiartitênio
Said. LOL.
E vão escrever.
Said. Video.
JP4
Said. July 25th is the 206th day of the year, 207th in leap years, in the Gregorian calendar. 159 days remain until the end of the year.
E vão escrever. Sede. Vídeo que o de The Radio está. Bullet. Sede. Vídeo que o de The Radio está. Regedman. Sede. Rio Raven. Joshua Hughes. Sede. Subscribe to PewDiePie. E Ortiz. Sede. Sou Rauis Brasil @crosscomics. Find your bride.
Not in Brazil yet,
Said.
JP.
Eva. JP4 Sede. World War Operation Spring One of Canada's Blarest Days 18,444 casualties and 5,021 killed. Joshua Hughes Sede. Hail and praise having the outro best titan. E vão escrever. Sede. Planet of the Apes VA. E Ortiz. Sede. Vamos ao ver se este bot habla espanhol. Bullet. Sede. Praise the Dark Lord Crebus King of the Sea, the Hot Keeper. E vão escrever. Sede. What YouTube hates all the Planet of the Apes film.
Hold up, people. I gotta add. Where's my pause? Gotta answer the phone here. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's change this up. I just figured I'd do a Portuguese from Brazil one. Let's try this one. We need to resume speech.
Except today. Euricuga.
Said. There was only a very small sad clown. It was so sad it died crying.
Ishikiarchipenu.
Said. Lord, lágrimas de felicidad de our Lord make it stop, but it's also hilarious.
Okay, I think we need to change that.
Said. Aparentemente el bot habla portugués.
Euricuga.
Said. Lol, the bot sounded like its batteries was slowing down.
Ishikiarchipenu.
Said. Option de Premier feature here. Prefer dato regular. JP4.
Said. WHTY Portuguese.
Bullet.
Said. Planet of the Grapes.
Joshua Hughes.
Said. Oh my. Elric Cayuga. Said. VVVVVVV. Ortiz. Said. That is some Telemundo Spanish.
Yeah, it certainly was some very fast Spanish.
Joshua Hughes. Said. Oi. Bullet. Said. I'm not wearing pants. Elric Cayuga. Said. This is the best way to for a last stream before you head out. Ortiz. Said. A bullet never wears pants. Sticky Art Channel. Said. My favorite language is this one, it's so sophisticated. Bullet. Said. Exactly, or foot pants, aka socks. Elric Cayuga. Said. This bot's voice is so sporadic that it sounds like it had too much coffee and it's trying to calm down with sleeping pills or OFL. Joshua Hughes. Said. I think it's called the British language. Sticky art. Raggedy Man. Said. The longer the message, the faster the speaking. Let's test that. How is everyone today? I am good. I see Bullet's not wearing pants. That's nice. Stitchwood has a very colourful icon. Cocaine Man Plus.
It also does seem to speed up a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Can't be mad at it. Across Comics is evolving. Sticky Art Channel said, thanks, Raggedy Man. I just scheduled my premiere for 10:30 am. Bullet said, hi, is your refrigerator running? JP4 said, the Brazilian landscape is very varied. It is most well known for its dense forests, including the Amazon, the world's largest rainforest in the north. But there are also dry grasslands. Ortiz said, better catch it.
Well, never said mine was running.
Sticky Art Channel said, it is running. I'm slow and trying to catch it. El Ricayuga said, it skipped mine. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, British fish.
Let's see what voice I can use now. It didn't skip it, Elric. You didn't hear it because I had my mic muted while I was trying to answer the phone.
Bullet said, Rick, I hate this for you. Sticky Art Channel said, I'm a tally-ho, my lady. El Ricayuga said,
Well, don't think it all Scottish.
Evan von Scriver said, I've got a secret I've been hiding under my skin. Me heart is human. My blood is boiling. My brain IBM. So if you see me acting strangely, don't be surprised. I'm just a man who needed someone. And Ortiz
said, lol.
JP4
said, do you have Prince Albert in a can?
El Ricayuga
said, Cross, I love this for you.
El Ricayuga
said, lol, she said, Evan von Spiffer.
Okay, we're back. Oh, some number's phoning me, and I think it's not.
El Ricayuga
said, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Evan von Scriver
said, somewhere to heat at home, keep me alive, just keep me alive, somewhere to hide, to keep me alive. I'm not a robot without emotions. I'm not what you see. I've come to help you with your problems.
Raggedy Man
said, why hello Georgie, would you like a balloon?
Evan von Scriver
said, so we can be free. I'm not a hero. I'm not the savior. Forget what you know. I'm just a man whose circumstances went beyond his control.
Bullet
said, the Illustrated Ted Danson Coffee Table Book, Fall 2020.
Evan von Scriver
said, it too looks awesome.
Evan von Scriver
said, that's high praise coming from me.
I just like that. Evan von Scriver. Hey, hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
Good. I just walked in the door from a day away. I've been all day long. So
It's hard to hear you, I think, over your fan there.
well, let me turn it down.
Raggedy Man.
How's
Said
that?
Better.
Joshua and Night Pop sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Okay, maybe I should take that off while you're on.
What is
Elric
that?
Bayuga.
Heard it?
I said, what is that?
A speech chat. It will read your chat for you.
Oh, that's cool.
It can be nice or it can be annoying. It's got very different voices.
In fact, speaking of that, let me go ahead and get in the chat version so I can see what everybody's saying. There we go. Raggedy Man Boo.
A lot of them were abusing the chat bot, though.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, they just get it to say anything and everything.
So who are you drawing right now?
I am drawing Boiadeiro. Basically, it translates cowboy. It's a guy, Daniel Vardi. Anyways, he's a guy down in Brazil. He's created a bunch of his own characters. This is one of them.
Cool. Very nice.
So, for the last week and a half, I've been drawing Brazilian superheroes, which, of course, inspired me on Monday to draw my own, and which also inspired the contest.
Yeah. Rick, one question I have for you. Are you going to make everybody give the superhero name in Portuguese?
Me, bro? Well, I might be able to put it in Google Translate, yeah.
That's what I did. So that's how I came up with the name for Lobo Gara. I did Wolfmane and put it in Google Translate, and that's what it came out with.
Yeah, that'd be easy enough to do, We've got yours in. Raggedy's put one in so far. Let's see who. I know somebody else was working on one. Dylan's been working on one. Who else? Misfit Corner Comics. A lot of people in the chat say they're working on one.
I had 3 today I came up with.
Oh, so what's that? You're up to 5 now? Or 6?
6, I think.
Yeah, you had 2 yesterday, right? The
Right.
Lobo and Wild Man.
And Wild Man, yeah, that was kind of a sketch. And then 2 of them were actually drawings. I had my sketchbook I discovered today. I hadn't done anything with them, so I decided to make them Brazilian superheroes. So that wasn't hard. But their costumes are complete. So I need to finish their costumes. And then one of them I came up on the fly, and I'm calling him Braziliant. That's his name, Braziliant.
Sounds cool.
Oh, one of them's name is Twinzo, and Twinzo has the ability to make copies of people. And the copies can last depending on how powerful the person is. So if it's a regular human, he could have one for like a week. But if it's a superhero, then the power only lasts about, it depends on how powerful the superhero is. If it's a
he can make copies of other people, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he can also make that person look like him if he wants to. And if he wants to have their powers and their memories, he can do it temporarily by absorbing the twin into himself.
Ooh.
So he's got a few different powers.
Oh, you're hearing it here, people. You're hearing Hilal's things. I didn't share Raggedy Man's, and I haven't shared your first one yet. So I'm waiting for those to share those, the day of, sort of thing. The 9th of August.
Sure.
But you're letting people know you're the competition.
That's okay. Hey, Joshua Hughes, nice to see you. Well, I don't mind that. I mean, I'm really competing with myself in some ways. I just want to see, I gave myself a time limitation of about 2 hours a day I can spend doing this. I want to see how many Brazilian superheroes can I create in the next 2 weeks. So I just want to see how many I can do. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun creating new superheroes. And I might end up doing a challenge like this once a month with one or two criterias, so maybe next time it'll be a villain, and
Yeah.
I don't know whether it'll always be, limited to a certain country. This time it's limited to the country because, that's where I'm going. Any mission trip I happen to go on, the challenge will end up being limited to that country. What? And let's see. A model says Scooter Pickpocket will probably win the contest. Who is that model? So what are you doing right now? Hello? You drawing a character or what?
Not quite yet. Right now, I just got in the door. I'm just drinking water right now. It's hot. I went to Pardes Khana today, and that's where we're moving to. We're moving to there from Kiryat Shmuel, and we'll be moving there.
Oh, you're moving?
Huh?
You're moving?
Yeah. We're going to be. Well, I'm not moving right now. I mean, August 5th will be move day. But what I did today is I went there to try to take care of some business, and it's about by train it's about an hour and 16 minutes, but that doesn't include time you spend waiting for buses and all the other stuff. So it's a good hour and a half, 2 hours getting there, and then come back an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I spent a good part of the day accomplishing nothing. They've got weird hours over here, so you can never predict. And I should have checked the hours before I left, but sometimes some businesses will close at 2:00, and then sometimes they'll open at 4, and sometimes they won't open up till Sunday. And so this place I went today, they weren't going to be opening until Sunday. So I gone to the bank. I gotta tell you, it is crazy over here. I sat there and I went in. I was opening a business account. I want to open a business account at this bank, and the reason why is I already have a personal account at a different bank. But over here, if you have a personal account and a business account, and like maybe your money's dipping a little bit in one of them, they'll take money from the other account and put it in there. So they'll actually mess with your account. And
if you don't know that's happening, that could cost you money.
That's right. And so I didn't want that. So the solution is you go open up a bank account somewhere else. So that's what I tried to do today was go open an account somewhere else. And I got the third degree on everything. Why do you want to do this? Why is your wife on this? What's going on? Very suspicious. They all thought I was very suspicious. And then I finally told them, and you understand this is a combination of Hebrew, English, and muttering, because my Hebrew isn't that great and their English isn't that great. So we're sitting there trying to go back and forth through all this. Uh-huh. So what it forces you to do is you have to be very blunt. You can't sit, and I just said, look, I said, the way Israel runs its banking systems is forcing me to play games here. And the game I'm playing is I'm opening a separate account so you guys don't mess with my money. And so it's very funny over here. The temperaments are very different from Texas. So in Texas, we're very polite, and you have your turn to talk, I have my turn to talk. But over here, it's it's the Middle East, and so it's very different temperaments over here, and it's very different culture, and so um, there's constant yelling, and they're not yelling; it's just normal talk.
Yeah.
But for me to get to the point where I can talk like that, I have to be on the verge of being irate. I have to be on the verge of being irate, and then I can talk like that. And they had gotten me to the verge of being irate, and I handled the conversation perfectly. So, so anyway, but then he told me I didn't have that I didn't have certain paperwork I needed, that I needed to do this and that, and so I didn't get to open the account anyway. So I have to wait until I
Write paperwork.
write paperwork, and they said I have to have a business transaction before I can actually open the account. So I have to have the reason I'm trying to get all this done is I've got a gig at Technion University, and I'm going to be there drawing caricatures for 4 hours. An hour before that, the week before that, though, they're sending me 100 people, and I'm going to be doing caricatures of all 100 people over the course of a week. So this is a big art assignment. This is a big paycheck, right? So, but I have to have a special kind of permit, that I have to give them so they can work with their taxes. So I'm trying to get all this stuff done, and it's just been a headache. I've been working on this off and on for, I don't know, about a month now, and it's not getting any easier. So anyway, so after everything failed, I was sitting there and I was like, man, it took like 2 hours to get here, and I didn't get anything done. So I just decided to stick around and draw pictures, and that's when I came up with Braziliant, and played around with a couple other drawings. So I've got three more characters. Maybe here in a second I'll do a picture of Braziliant as I have them so far.
Guess you're feeling you really needed to be Brazilian today.
Yes, that's right.
Hence the pun name.
It is a pun name, but it's a fun name. Like it's Brazilian, but you have the right emphasis and you put a T on there. It's Braziliant. So I think it's awesome. Joshua Hughes agrees with me.
Yeah. Sticky Art says, I've got to go to my premiere. I'll be back in 3 minutes. If anyone wants to join.
What premiere is it?
I have no idea. And nobody's putting some video, worked on some video earlier, he was saying. So.
Well, send us a link. You should send a link.
I'd have to give him a.
Oh, that's true.
Wrench.
I forgot.
I can give him a wrench for a couple minutes if he wants.
Okay, I'm going to work on Brazilian. So let me go back over here, share my screen.
Oh, what? I was just like.
Somebody's house sounds like Mike Miller's house.
What's that?
I was just saying your house sounds a little like Mike Miller's.
Yeah, I got kids. They're still up. It's past their bedtime, actually. But that's okay. They've had a fun day. They've been helping with getting the house ready for moving. So they deserve a little fun time.
Yeah. Are they off for the summer or?
Yeah, they're off for the summer now. My son was still supposed to be in school, but we were like, "You're moving. Who cares? We're pulling you out." My daughter got out like 3 weeks ago, but my son they want to keep him another month with the other first graders. So
Lovely.
yeah.
So you're going to be moving to a totally different town and all that?
Oh yeah. Yep, it's totally different town. different city. It's more of a. It's been called a hippie community, and it's not literally a hippie community, but everybody's so laid back there. They call it. It's like a hippie community, which is nice. It's nice moving somewhere where it's kind of like laid back. But anyway, so it's called Pardes Hana, which means Orchard of Hana, and it's named after a lady named Hana. I don't know much more than that about it. It's got a lot more trees there than it does here. Somebody else's. Yeah. I'm just curious what I was doing back here. So Pardes Hana is it's a nice little community, and we're looking forward to it. We've already got my kids signed up for new school, and I don't know. So anyway,
you don't mind me asking. You don't obviously have to answer. Why the move?
My wife got a job there, and as part of the job deal, we had to be there. We had to be close by because the person likes to hire people who lives in the community. So, and we were looking forward to moving anyway, so it worked out.
Sounds good, Ben.
Yep.
Moving can be nice and fun sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to this move. I mean, I like it here where we are right now. It's nice, but it can still be kind of nice to have new adventures somewhere.
Yeah.
I rode the Boiadeiro. I saw that. I know this game is dragging on. It's short, but if you have more than two. Yeah. It's really long. You have it. You have it. You have it. I didn't read off. I wrote that one. Nope. Give me story. Yeah, you got more than one player, two players. You have to work on your memory of who's got what. I was talking. Slow Gary. Slow
The lack of chat box is deafening.
Who wrote that?
Oh, I had that speech box on for a while. It's been a while since I actually had it on before. I'd used it once before when I was using OBS for a few weeks, but I need to get a new router before I do that. Use OBS. Yeah, now that the chat, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat with nobody being able to abuse the chat, the speech box.
Joshua Hughes has been very quiet. He's kind of falling down on the job. He's usually got a quip or two for us by this point.
Yeah.
It's my role, so I'm going to roll. No, Shannon. Fine.
So, anyways, for people who don't know anything about the, oh, that it's not windy. I believe that is Hilal's fan. As he said, it's fairly hot there in Israel. So he likes to have a fan on him. I think. While doing,
Yes, definitely. It's too hard not having. It's too hard not being able to use a fan. If I turn off the fan, it's instantly me sitting back here sweating, which makes drawing very icky.
okay, so Boiadeiro, or cowboy, as it translates into English, his name is Sebastio, is a samurai illiterate young cowboy, had fantastic animal skills. And to prove the young temperate boy, the landlord set out a challenge of bringing a live alligator for him to raise as a pet. It was a dark and windy day, and Sebastio plunged into the wetlands to prove to the landowner his worth. He tracked down and found a huge animal and set off for a fight like a sport. The cowboy tied the defeated animal to his back and set off to find his boss. Okay, this is really weird. Things get lost in translation because the page is in Portuguese, but I got it to translate it to English, so get a lot lost in translation.
Right.
Anyways, as he was on his way, something fell from the sky, and he decided to meet the object. The alien craft was still on fire, and saw a strange strange objects that appeared to be weapons. He didn't know what they were, but since Sebastio had already used all sorts of weapons, he decided to fire one. He triggered a DNA manipulator that mixed his now dead alligator. A bolt of fear shot through him, and pain was great. He felt his blood cool, his heart slow, and his breathing almost stopped, and even stunned. Had the strength to get out, he rode for help at home, and eventually passed out. He awoke later in the middle of a field and from scales of discovered from the scales of his still human hand, his body would never be the same. He had grown stronger and more accurate in its sights than in his appearance. Horrible forever. I think what it's basically trying to say is, as you can see here, part of him became half alligator. So the gun or whatever that he found mixed the alligator's DNA with him. Like I said, it seems weird. It probably sounds better if you know how to speak Portuguese and I read Portuguese, but the translations can be wacky at best sometimes.
Word salad.
So his bio is name Sebastio. He's 1.72 meters tall, 93 kilograms. Skin, it says black, but he doesn't look black to me. Eyes black, hair black. Powers: empathy with animals, strong shot, over otherworldly strength and endurance. It says curiosity here. Cowboy is one of the most enigmatic characters of the Light Team. Before going through the process of the transformation that continually changes his DNA, he already had a gift for empathy with animals. He is our first mutant. Okay. And I think that might be the alien gun that he had. Although I didn't quite do it justice. So there is another Brazilian superhero done. Oh, it's like, that's a really weird origin.
I like it. It's good.
Okay then, laugh out loud. You just said too. This is actually supposed to be, although it doesn't look like it. He has in his one hand in the picture I have a lasso. So I was trying to have him, having it up in the air. Didn't work out that well then. Too well. Okay, dude. Too quiet, says Raggedy. Yeah, it is. Well, I am actually thinking, since I am done cowboy here, or whatever you want to call him, Boiadeiro. I think I might end the stream because oh, I do have to get more stuff ready for. Oh, John's what? John's here. Hey, John, I got your piece off this morning, John. So it should be there either just before I get home or just after.
Hey,
No,
John.
don't. John says, no, don't. I just got here. Well, we got Halal drawing another. What's this? Your fourth or fifth
Yeah, fourth, I think.
Brazilian superhero?
Yeah.
Well, come on and showcase it, Dillard. I think you have a link in the one that I put it in. I put the link in an older chat thing, so Dillard saying, "Yeah, but my one is better than all of his." Take that, LL.
That's not true.
Our says, "Don't really, Dillard. He'll be back."
Nothing's better than Brazilian. Brazilian is the best. For one thing, it's a hilarious play on words. For another thing, he looks Brazilian.
It looks a bit like Mega Man, though.
Mega Man? I don't know. I don't. I don't really do Mega Man.
Well, maybe.
It could. I don't know. If Mega
No,
Man was
not
on,
really direct. In my old Cross Comics for YouTube group, I put it in. Dillard, see whether you're still in there, whether you left. I think you left this one. Oh, well, I'll have to put it in again either. It doesn't matter. Okay, it won't let me add you, and I know why.
you broke its heart, John. You broke its heart.
Yeah. I figured that's what happened. I wish it wouldn't do that. Somebody blocks somebody and it wants to kick them out of a group, somebody else out of the group. If they want to block somebody, they should end up, they shouldn't kick the other person out of the group. They should end up being not part of the group. Not that I want that either, but. I'm sending you a direct link. Excuse me again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Hey.
John.
What's going on, Hillel?
Not much. How you doing?
You're working on your second place hero there?
My second place here. This is going to be number one. Number one in a series of number ones.
Unfortunately, they can't all be number one.
Hillel is saying that he thought that he was disagreeing with him that Japan is the best place for heroes. Obviously not. The best place for heroes is Winnipeg, Canada.
Who said Japan was the greatest?
Elric.
Yeah, he's a big. Elric is a big
I believe they're called weebs.
manga anime fan.
Does he realize? Does he realize?
Check out what I just got in the mail this morning. Hold on, let me screen share. Hold on.
Is he aware that Japan has no superheroes?
Who's calling me?
Oh, Elric is aware that there are no superheroes in Japan.
Hold on a second.
I say the best place for heroes is Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
No. Okay, so you remember when Pixel went to Sticker Mule and got some stickers of his character, his little icon?
I think so.
Okay, so I did the same thing. So check out what I just got in the mail. Ba-bam!
A donkey?
No, I got Dillard Draws stickers. And not just that. I'm going to be giving these away.
Oh, there you go. Okay, awesome.
I'm going to be giving these away. I got Scribbattle stickers too. These are
That's
going to be going out to the people that actually win the Scribbattle contest.
Where's mine at?
You haven't even competed, Hillel. I don't know what your problem is.
I actually competed one time.
Oh, I'm getting messages. Uh-oh.
Evan subscriber, you've hurt me.
Shouldn't you say yours is going to win, Evan? Aren't you going to enter? Bullet says those stickers look huge.
Those are pretty awesome.
Okay, so my sister just sent me a message saying, "Are you busy today? I need a huge favor. Can you draw out a homemade congratulatory wedding card?" I did one, but it looks ugly. And I still need two. So I'll probably just use it. I just need your beautiful handwriting. That doesn't look too bad, right? This congratulations on your wedding.
I can't see it. I don't see it.
It looks kind of cholo, like gangster-ish a little bit.
Oh, I see one. Do you want one of the Dillard Draws or one of the Scribble Battle?
It's Scribbattle.
Scribbattle?
Who are you asking?
Elric.
Oh.
Elric said he want one. I'm not sure which one he wants. And Bullet says only the script battle that I'm on are canon. And he says both. He wants one both. But you gotta compete.
Well, yeah, you got to compete. But only the Scribbattles that I'm on are canon. He says they're kind of blurry. Oh, man. I'm sorry.
No, that was when not the stickers. That was when you were showing the wedding thing.
Oh. Elric says, I have, and I won. Well, these are for, because I'm going to break the Scribbattle into seasons. I'm going to do like, I don't know, like 20 shows. Maybe 22 shows. Then I'm going to take a break for a little bit, and then I'm going to start season 2. So I'm gonna get different stickers. What do you think of this idea? Okay, check this out. What if I just let me draw a little scribble here? What if I got a sticker and did it in this shape, like a championship belt, like a wrestling championship belt?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me do that.
Well, you're drawing that. I'm going to show off Hillel's character here.
Okay.
Brazilian. He's just Brazilian. So have you come up with a history yet for him? Hello.
No, not yet. I just came to
Powers.
the costume design. I just did the costume design. But I will tell you that both his history, origin, and powers will all be resilient.
Cool.
Okay, I finished the sketch here. So if I did it like this, and I put season 2, Scrub Battle Champion, and I would do like the belt would like be in gold, and it would have like little filigrees and stuff like that on it, but rolled nice and dark and black and gold and stuff like that. But it would be in red, written all like real, almost like, I don't know if you ever watch wrestling, but they have a championship belt for the hardcore title.
Yeah.
Where it's written real like scratchy over the front of the belt, hardcore, you know? Something like that, but like Scrub Battle.
Well, you can do it for season 1 too.
No, these stickers here, this main plain logo, that's going to be the sticker for season 1.
Yeah, but you're giving that to everybody who wins, right? The season 2 one, or you can make a season 1 right for the end, the last one. Contest of, whoever wins the most throughout.
Oh yeah, and that's a good idea, Rick.
Pardon?
I mean, I think already that would go to Neil Valentine. I don't want to just print out one sticker though. Bullet. Yeah, when they spray painted hardcore over the belt. Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Well, actually, you do too. You do one for the person that for the competitors who drew the most, who got the most points throughout the season. And then one for the contestants in the chat. So I guess it's 2, but I don't know.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Evan says it's a terrible idea. Hey.
Evan's just feeling contrary tonight.
All right, so you want to see the winning Brazilian hero, Hillel?
Let's see it.
I'll show it to you if you want to see it.
See it? Yeah, see it.
You might get disheartened though and stop creating heroes. I don't know.
I won't. Is it a piece of toilet paper that's the hero you've made?
Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Let me turn this camera off. Let me go screen share. All right, so this is just the preliminary sketch we had for this guy here. I teamed up with Evan von Scriver, and he's creating the backstory for this hero.
Okay.
And this is him right here. This is
all I see is you, John.
All you see is me.
Your dealer draws insignia.
Oh well, you're lagging behind because you're watching the live feed.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah. And what he is he goes around and he murders the people that are the lumberjacks that are the deforestation of Brazil. And he's called the Amazonian Avenger.
Well, I think this has
sounds more like a I'm saying villain, but maybe an anti-hero at best.
No, he's a true blue hero. You see the evil
Wonder Woman is killed, so
no. This guy here, the evil corporation is illegally just pilfering hundreds of acres of forest that are protected.
Yeah, but he goes around killing people?
That's correct, yes.
Innocent people?
No, they're not innocent.
Doing their job.
Oh, they're just doing their job, Rick? Just like the Nazis were just doing their job?
No. That's
a weak argument.
No, it isn't. It's a very strong argument. That's why Rick is like, oh, I guess so.
Hey, but Hillel says it's a very weak argument. He's one to say that. He could say that it's a very weak argument.
And I would like to know. I would like to know why.
Do you want me to go into philosopher mode with you?
If you can keep it succinct.
Okay, let me try to put this succinct.
I don't want you blustering on, pontificating for hours on end.
I'll do my best. The magnitude of offense that you have from a moral standpoint between what the Germans did versus what the deforestators do is completely incomparable. It's like comparing apples and oranges. You've got environmental damage on the one hand, and you've got the loss of millions of lives, Jews, non-Jews, everything.
Well, if you're thinking about it that way, about what about all of this homeland and the murder of the native peoples like the Machigenga that depend on this forest where they're displacing hundreds of tribes to get this.
So the question is, are you going after the guys who are just cutting down the trees because they probably don't have a choice in that anyway? That's probably the only job available to them to do anyway. Or are you going after the people, the corporate people, who are the ones who are actually doing the killing and murdering and all that? See, that's where the difference is. The difference is who is he going after to kill?
All right, so you hear that, Rick? So he has already seceded that there is some people that I can kill in this comic book.
No, I mean, honestly, if you've got
and yes, I mean, the thing is this. I mean, this guy, he's part ghost. He's half ghost.
Oh, is everything okay then?
So what happens is, yes, he will. He doesn't have any kind of sympathy for the workers that are working there. So he'll beat them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, beating them up is one thing.
He'll beat them up. He'll tie them up. He'll put them on a boat and push them down the river. Who cares? But the people he's really after are the people that are actually out there calling the shots, putting the hits out on all these tribes, sending all these people to their death, clearing out all these forests.
Okay, so he's the Punisher of the backwoods.
That's correct.
Okay.
Of Brazil.
Of Brazil.
Yeah, that's what I said. Anti-hero.
And if the Punisher was half ghost.
And looked like Indiana Jones with a mustache.
Yeah, blue mustache, yeah, and blue hair.
Blue mustache, yeah.
That was Evan's idea.
He's got kind of a crocodile.
Selling you out, Evan. Selling you out.
Yeah, why is his face wrapped up?
I don't know. I'm thinking that Evan has that worked out somewhere. He just gave me the description. Wait, let me go find the description of that. Hold on.
Well, I mean, even Bullet, just to let you know, Stalin killed far more people than Hitler did. I mean, the 20th century has been a century of murder, of mass murder, on a scale unlike any other period of history.
Okay, so the man. Oh, you know what? I don't have the description because the description was on one of Rick's other videos.
Oh,
the video he did yesterday in the chat. You see what I got to work with? All these unprofessionals. I can't even get a description for this character I'm working on. I gotta go find it. I gotta go find it in somebody else's video chat.
That's okay. I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Oh, I just finished Bethany's picture of Doctor Strange. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Let me go stop screen share. So busy. Okay. Turn the camera on. Okay. There it is.
I'm waiting for the transition. I'm watching it real time. I'm just kind of. It's like a 6 or 7 second delay.
Yeah. You got
nice.
Pretty hefty delay there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, she wanted the Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange, so.
Oh, that's really good.
So she'll be getting that, and she'll be getting a sticker.
Who's getting that?
Bethany?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she won Script Battle yesterday. No, wait, what day was it? Day before yesterday.
You know, I noticed that you have started suspiciously holding Script Battle at times when it's not possible for me to be awake. I'm just kidding with you.
I feel like it doesn't matter because you did compete and you didn't even get on the top 3 board. I don't know.
That's not true at all. Actually, I actually was a close second.
But the thing was, people were upset that I would do it whenever I felt like it.
Yeah.
So they said, you need to have it at a set time. I said, okay, fine. I'll do it at a set time.
That's fine. I'm just harassing you a little bit.
And the
What
time
is
was the time was actually voted on by Bullet and Evan. So
Well, there you go.
I had to actually ask them when they would be available, and they said, "Well, I can do Tuesdays. I can do Fridays."
Well, Bullet, I have to tell you that China also has a far larger population than either of those countries. So that's unsurprising.
So now you're arguing semantics, huh?
Well, but I mean, also you have to look at the character of why they're killing as well. I don't know. I agree that sometimes the stuff about Germany and World War II is brought up at the exclusion of other, things. Like the Armenians were butchered by the Ottoman Empire during the First World War. That isn't talked about very often either.
Yeah, but you can't throw in there. Well, they have a bigger population, so it's less important. It's like no. It's like if you were to say, oh, somebody came in and killed a family in a breaking and entering. Well, yeah, they just wiped out the entire household. So that's more devastating than all of the deaths in World War II combined. No,
that's not what I'm saying at all. I was just pointing out he's comparing raw numbers, and I'm just saying that there's a larger population, and you should probably consider comparing percentages if you're trying to get an idea of the level of killing. That's just what I'm talking about from a statistical standpoint. Killing, no matter how many people are involved, is terrible.
Yeah, I think you're right, Model 316. You heard it here today. Hillel says Germans weren't that bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's actually not what I said at all, Model 613. But thank you for putting word about it.
No, 316.
As I said, it's 316. What I say?
You said 613.
I'm sorry, I get the number of our commandments mixed up sometimes.
So now that we've got that argument to a close, it's clear that my hero is valid.
No.
And
your hero is valid so long as he's not. So long as he's murdering the right people. He's not murdering. He's not really murdering. He's actually more of a defensive killing than it's murder.
No, you see now I watched a now nobody would argue that Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman are not heroes.
Yeah,
they are heroes. And I watched a Justice League movie where they're just slaughtering this alien civilization that's invading Earth wholesale.
Right.
Not beating them up and knocking them out, just exploding them, slaughtering them.
Which movie?
It was that one with Wonder Woman where she's wearing those volleyball shorts where she's looking all hot.
Yeah, that really tells us something.
Let's see. I forget the name of the movie. It was like Justice League something.
Is it like Doomsday or Justice League?
No, it was Darkseid.
Okay. That was.
Oh, you're probably talking they were taking on parademons.
What's wrong with parademons?
Parademons aren't real people. They're like robots.
1 second here. Not subdued into a coma-like state as per usual. What?
Well,
I don't get the chat. I'm sorry. I think I'm lost on the chat.
I
think they're talking about what you're talking about the Wonder Woman and that all did. But Wonder Woman will murder. It's Superman and Batman that have the code against not murdering.
Well, actually, I think that there's not really a problem with Superman and Batman killing given certain particular circumstances. Like there's a difference between killing and murder. Killing is something you do sometimes because you have no other choice. Murder is something where you're doing it. For example, when you have an army kills because that's what it has to do in order to win. Now, in certain circumstances, the army is murdering as well. And so when you put these war tribunals together, The purpose is supposed to be determining if the killing was justified or not justified. Was it going according to the
And who sits on the head of these war tribunals? Hillel?
No, I agree. I mean, very. Hey, look, the UN organization on humanitarian rights is sat on by all these Arab countries who have like the most horrendous records in the area of human rights.
Okay, are you staying on topic or are you going off to the side over there?
No, I'm agreeing with you with an example.
Okay, look, this is what I'm saying. If a person comes to you, you live in an area, you haunt an area in Brazil, you live on the outskirts of a major city, kind of in the jungle area, and people are coming to you, tribes are coming to you because they're being slaughtered. And you're the only person. You're like a phantom. You're like a boogeyman, essentially. People know about you because you can do things. You're a dark avenger, and they say we need your help. My family is dying.
Sure.
And you go and you find out all what they say is true.
Right.
But it's not war because you haven't declared war on them, and they're not exactly attacking you. But you can put a stop to it because you're a dark avenger. Is that still murder? If you're defending other people?
No. If you're dealing with a situation where lives are in danger, then you have the responsibility, if you're able, to kill. If that's what it takes. Now, if you're able to find a means of doing it without killing, that's the preferred method. But if you're left with no other choice, the only way you can get these murderers to stop is to kill. Then you have a moral obligation, I think.
I think you do, and who is to say? Like, for instance, if I was a grunt and I was walking in Germany, I had gotten separated from my battalion and all that, and I happened to come across some of the leading members of the Nazi Party. Maybe even I came across Adolf himself, right? And now, I'm not exactly at war. I don't really have my stuff with me. We're not under attack, but there's the guy right there.
Sure.
And I could theoretically, I could take Hitler and arrest him and walk him back through the forests of Germany back. So hopefully I might find an American or an allied troops that I could turn him over to. But then I run the risk of maybe somebody catching me with him and the whole thing going to pot. So I decide to just murder him there and then. Is it still murder?
If you have a real chance of stopping the fighting and stopping the killing by killing Adolf Hitler, then it's not murder. I mean, that'd be like taking out any other a general or commander, where killing the commander equals a stop to violence.
What do you think, Rick?
Killing the commander doesn't do that, then maybe you need to re-examine it.
I think it is a sort of a slippery slope. Like you said, do you take the chance or do you not take the chance of getting him back to stand trial? And it becomes a gut decision at that point whether you think you can make it or not.
Yeah, Evan says
There's no way if I don't think there's a right answer to that question, because you're just going by your instincts whether you think you can make it back to, allied forces.
So I've kind of laid out the premise of what this hero does, or what I'm calling a hero, what he does.
Yeah.
Would you say for your competition, can he be classified as a hero?
I'd say anti-hero at best.
So my character is not allowed in the competition.
Well, technically, I didn't just say anything about non-anti-heroes, so anti-hero is still a hero in a sense. So, we consider the Punisher a hero, right? But
I do, yeah.
But he's considered, a hero. Batman's in some ways an anti-hero, yet we consider him a superhero. Well, even Punisher, superhero.
So Evan, who actually created the character, I'm just drawing the guy, Evan's here and he says, President, Jair Bolsonaro has no qualms about killing the rare people of the Awa tribe so he can cut down more trees. Someone better read the research I put into writing this character.
So Evan, I think I don't think that we're arguing about that. What we were arguing from the very beginning was John introduced it as this guy was going out and killing the lumberjacks, who, as far as we could tell, were just being paid to cut down trees. They weren't being paid to kill people or anything like that. That's what we were arguing about.
Yeah. If your guy's going after the guy that is, maybe he goes after the lumberjack to stop him from cutting down the tree, and he, knocks him out.
Now, what if this happens? Well, I mean, realistically, though, what if this happens? What if he's out there and he gets caught by these lumberjacks because the lumberjacks, they don't want their check to end, and they find out that he's trying to assassinate their boss. What does he do about that?
Are they trying to kill him, or are they just what are they trying to do?
Who knows? They're coming at him, and they got chainsaws.
Well, if they're attacking him, he has a right to defend himself, obviously. And at that point, if they get killed in the thing, in the crossfire or whatever, in the battle, that's different than him. I would say actively trying to go and kill them or murder them, without them actually attacking him. Unfortunately, in this sort of thing, there's all sorts of gray areas. But I think you're trying to get across, or Evan is trying to get across, he is an anti-hero. And, well, we do consider anti-heroes superheroes at the same time. So technically, I would say it falls under the jurisdiction.
In your face, Hillel. How about that?
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, it's sort of like somebody else entered one, and they had this guy was done in by a gang, and that he was going out, but the way he worded it, that after he got back on his feet, for lack of a better way of saying it.
I mean, let's
he was just going around killing the gang, with no remorse or whatever. And I suggested to him, you might have him want to, I vow to stop these gangs from hurting other people like they did me.
Well, I mean, you can't really make a superhero about somebody that's just doing gang member outreach.
Right.
I'm not talking gang member outreach.
Well, the thing is,
I don't want to give too much details away or who's yet,
Look, the definition of a hero can be relative to a certain extent, depending on the situation you're in.
Well, Evan says full-on hero, no anti.
So, but that could be true. That could be true. Like if you had,
Evan, one sec, Evan. You're talking about getting your hero disqualified by saying no anti-hero. Anyways, go on.
No, he is claiming that the hero that I'm drawing is a full-on hero. He's not an anti-hero. Let's see. Model says burning art is definitely a gray area, so it's okay. The lumberjacks are the ones going in there offing the Awa. Oh, so they're paying these lumberjacks to not just go in there and cut down trees. They're paying them to go in there and murder these tribes.
So, I mean, again, like I was trying to say, that the consideration of if somebody's a hero or not depends on the situation. The reason Superman and Batman is not killing people is because ultimately the crimes of Lex Luthor and others is not to the point where it's not like some of the films we're talking about in the real world.
I would disagree, especially when it comes to the Joker.
Well, the Joker should have been killed by now. But I mean, the court should have done
he
that.
says, "Do you think that's his AK-47 on his back? That's actually one of the that comes from one of the lumberjacks."
So the no, I mean, look, some of the notion, the understanding of justice or how it's explained in the comic book is pretty ridiculous. Like I don't think that about 95 to 97% of the comic book writers either know or care about what justice really is when they write these stories. They're ultimately trying to write children's stories for grown-ups. The way they present their views on justice and morality and things like that. I mean, you know, in a world where you have Joker who's going out killing people, the court system should either lock him up in an insane asylum, which they do, or if you can't contain him, then you probably have to put him to death because he's killing too many people. If Lex Luthor legitimately is trying to burn the world and kill Superman, then you might have to kill him. But they don't present these as issues. And Superman, if you look at that Man of Steel movie, Superman was really trying not to kill Zod at the end of it. The fact of the matter is,
oh come on,
Zod
nobody watched that movie.
I watched that movie, and Zod was trying to murder the entire human population. He's trying to commit genocide. Superman had every moral obligation to kill Zod. He had a superior Kryptonian army, and if he didn't do what he had done, then the Earth would have been wiped out. And so, what I'm saying is, there are situations where killing is never the best choice. There's always a problem with it, but there are situations where killing is the right thing to do. And in this situation where you have a clear situation where a native people are being murdered in the name of business or for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter what the reason is, they're being murdered just because, then a person who steps in and prevents that from happening, even if they do it through killing, could be considered a hero. But you have to define your terms and define what is, what the exact scenario is.
Okay, so I think that Bullet has a good point. He says he is clearly evil. He's holding the gun in his left hand. Heroes are right-handed.
But he's got some other power coming from his other hand there. So.
Yeah, his superpower's coming from his right hand. That doesn't count, Bullet. I'm sorry.
He said, I think Model is trying to give my hero a silly name. He's calling him Scooter Pickpocket.
Yes, sir. But there seems to be, easily we can get into a very big debate here on the ethics of superheroes.
But, I mean, what Evan has laid out here for you is that this guy is, he's like he's a legend in the forest, and he only comes out when he's needed. And the people that are invading, all of them are murderous. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even the lumberjacks, they're doing their part, killing the tribes and all this stuff. Is he an anti-hero?
So I think we've established he's not an anti-hero. He's probably a hero because you have active murder going on, and these people are being wiped out. I don't think. I mean, if you're comparing him to Superman and Batman, well, Superman and Batman have a completely different scenario and reason for the reason of doing things. I've always viewed Superman. The reason Superman doesn't go around killing people, I'll tell you why, and that is it's too easy for him. If Superman acts the way he wants to, then he is basically saying that the court systems the humans have set up are ineffective. I'm going to ignore them, and I'm establishing my own tyranny on this planet. So therefore, he holds himself back from killing because he recognizes that he needs to let the humans actually have a say in what happens to people who do bad things on their planet.
So well, Evan is saying that we won already, so we can stop the competition.
No, he's talking about the argument, John. Don't get ahead of yourself. No, the argument wouldn't have been an argument if John had correctly portrayed everything from the beginning.
Okay, so instead of saying the lumberjacks that are cutting down the trees, I should have said the accounts receivable, everybody that's involved in this.
No, you should have said what Evan said, which is the lumberjacks themselves were paid to go and not just cut down trees, but cut down people. And
okay, so what you're saying, Hillel, is that the only reason that you started arguing your incorrect side was because I presented it incorrectly.
Well, John, let me ask you this: it's
a yes or no question.
Well, it is a yes or no question, except for the fact that the way you phrased it is not a yes or no question now. Because if you had phrased it correctly, then I wouldn't have objected. but the way you phrased it incorrectly made my point not incorrect, but actually valid. So what we established is Rick and I were at a valid point at the very beginning, and then when you corrected yourself on what you were trying to say, then we all saw that we were all right, and so we have reached a harmonious unity.
I think that you've done more than enough backpedaling on your German and Stalin.
Okay, later, Bob.
Bob came in and you weren't talking about anime, so he left.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how I backpedaled on anything about Germans and Russians. The Germans were evil. Stalin was evil. I don't know how. I think Model for some reason was trying to have like some fun with me or mess with me or something about the whole German thing.
Well, yeah. Of course, Hillel, of course.
Well, Model's become a bit of a troll in recent months. A whole bunch of people have become a bit of trolls in the recent months.
Well, Model's not actually a troll. He's just very opinionated. Like if you go and look, I mean, everything he says, he believes.
Right. Like I get. Oh, well, I mean, if he believes everything he says, then maybe he's wrong on some things. I don't know.
Yeah, that may be, but that just because he's wrong doesn't make him a troll.
I didn't call him a troll. Rick called him a troll.
That was Rick, though.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
I don't know why he has blue hair, though. I will say that. I think it's because Evan's he wants to model him after his avatar.
Evan says, now that everyone knows the depth of our character, everyone is disqualified. Sorry, Evan. No, not everyone's disqualified. The only way they're disqualified is if they don't put in a pick. Well, if they don't enter, they're not even qualified.
I would like to know. I would really like to know what Hillel's character is all about.
Which one?
The one you're working on right now.
What's he about? Resilient?
Yeah. What's his deal? And why is he a better hero than my hero?
Well, I just designed the costume. I haven't designed his background yet.
I guess some people just don't care, you know.
But he's got 3 others that he has. I think. One for sure. The Brazilian breeze.
Now, Rick, you told me yourself. Now, Rick, this is something that you told me when I was singing the praises of my Canadian buckler before I gave him a backstory. You said he don't even count as a hero. He's not even you don't even have a backstory for him. So none of these even count as heroes yet.
Yeah. Keyword, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't say, he has 3 other heroes. No, he doesn't. He has 3 other drawings.
Actually, the other ones actually have backstories already. Brazilian, I just created, so he doesn't have a backstory yet. The other ones do.
So what's your best backstory for your best hero?
The one I enjoy the most right now is Twinzo. Twinzo is a superhero. I mean, his powers are basically that he can make a twin of other people, and his abilities are dependent on how powerful a person is. So he can make the twin for a limited period of time. If it's just a regular human, he could make that twin possibly, for a week or 2 weeks or something like that.
Okay, if he's fighting me and he makes a twin of me, why would he do that if we both gonna beat him up?
Because he controls the twin. He can control the twin.
Oh. Okay.
And he also, and the reason he does it for a normal person, he works for he's actually part of the Brazilian army, and he works on infiltration and interrogation, because when he creates the twin comes with the full set of memories and abilities of the person he's made a copy of, and so he can use that ability to actually interrogate and find out information. He can also use them to get inside bases and things that they need them to get into. With superheroes, it gives him advantages that he now has a person.
Whoa. Hold on a second here.
Yeah.
So this anti-hero that you're describing, who does torture techniques and psychological torture, how is he more heroic than my hero?
Did I say he uses torture techniques?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
he uses
No.
psychological. You can impersonate. He impersonates other people. You said he just uses all of his stuff for the Brazilian government, which, let's be honest here, is shady to start with.
Well, any government's
You know?
going to be shady. But I'm operating in a much more cartoony world where governments are assumed to have a certain level of okayness to them. I'm not operating from the real world where almost every government is shady and evil and whatnot.
No, we're
Even
talking
the
about
majority-
we're talking about the Brazilian government.
I understand, and I've recreated the Brazilian government. Because otherwise, I don't know. I guess you would be right that we couldn't have any Brazilian superheroes.
So
working for the government.
this is like a parallel universe.
Yes.
Of course, it's a parallel universe. It's a superhero.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was thinking about this actually today. I'm glad you brought it up because I actually have people here that I've met who are from Brazil. They're Jews from Brazil, and they said the reason they came over here to Israel, became citizens of Israel, is because they were being persecuted in Brazil. So I mean, that's coming from the government, honestly. So yeah, I'm out of control. Yeah, but you're.
Hey, you got to remember, he hasn't spent that long on any of these characters either. Wait till he refines them.
You know what, John? Maybe I'll rethink it. Maybe he won't be part of the Brazilian government. you got me thinking. Maybe I shouldn't make him part of it
Because essentially, you're saying he's like a James Bond with powers.
That's kind of how I was envisioning him. He was sort of a James Bond with powers in that his method of using his powers prevented them from having to do the gruesome torture and everything techniques. And so I guess I was looking at it more from that standpoint. But you're probably right. The government probably end up abusing that pretty badly. So I might have to rethink it a little bit.
Bullet says maybe he won't water torture for the kids' sake.
Yeah.
Do you got a picture of Twinzo yet?
It's in my hand-drawn notebook, and that's kind of not convenient to get to right now.
Okay, no problem.
But I'll put some digital drawings together.
Yeah.
Well,
You've got 2 weeks basically at this point.
Right.
Wait, are you gonna be gone for 2 weeks? I thought you were only gone for like a week and a half.
Well, I'm gone for 10 days, but I'm gonna do the showcase winning on the Friday after I get back.
Oh.
So you have till the 9th at like 10 a.m. to get stuff in.
Friday and the 9th at 10 a.m. Oh my! I don't even think I'm gonna be able to watch that. I'm gonna be at work.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to watch it because it's Shabbos, so I won't be able to participate. But I'll get everything in.
Yeah, I'll showcase everything, and I'll put up I'm probably, although some people might remember this, I'm gonna try not put any names to any of them. That way, hopefully, less of a popularity contest for the characters that I put in.
Oh well, damn it! You should have told me that. I wouldn't have showcased my character.
Well, some of them are going to. I'm sure you're going to do a whole bunch more with other people or yourself.
Well, no, I was going to do a lot more of this guy. How everybody. I'm like at a disadvantage because everybody hates me.
Nobody hates you. What are you talking about?
Well, Rick hates me.
Yeah, I hate you so much. You're on my show.
He abandons me to go to Brazil and we'll hang out with pretty girls.
I'd say I'm not going to be hanging out with pretty girls, but there are some on my team. So,
well, pretty boys, whatever you prefer. I don't know. It says, "Yeah, Evan is hitching yourself to Dillard's wagon was a mistake." Yeah, that was a mistake.
You might want to revamp his costume now, so you have something new to show.
I'm thinking of revamping this guy's costume now. I'm thinking of making him in a ghillie suit. That would be cooler.
What's a ghillie suit?
Like one of those suits that hunters wear that have like a bunch of like fern and moss all over them.
Oh yeah, that would become interesting.
So like he's like almost like if you see him even in real life, you still be like, "What is that? Like a swamp monster?" Oh my goodness!
Right. That would be kind of neat.
with a Colt Python 357 Magnum.
I thought you were talking about teaming up with a whole bunch of different people.
You said
Dillard?
no.
No, I didn't. The rules state that you can.
Well, you keep changing the rules. I don't know.
I kept the rules this way since I put it up on point yesterday. Read the damn rules, Dillard.
What do you want from me, Rick? I got videos to make. I got all kinds of stuff to do. I can't be reading every update.
Update.
Oh, as a matter of fact, my video, I just did a video where I'm doing Bethany's drawing. And it just finished, so I have to go like do a bunch of stuff to it so I can upload it to YouTube. Well, I uploaded it already to YouTube as private, and I got to go make changes so I can make it public.
Okay, so there's the Twitter feed, and heck, I even gave this stuff to Halal, these rules, like even before I put them up on or most of them.
I'm still looking at your character here. There's no Twitter feed showing.
I'm not showing. I put the Twitter feed in.
Well,
put the link in the chat.
Oh,
Evan, why would a half ghost need to have a gun if he's got a glowing fist that he can shoot people with?
because he's half ghost. He's not full on ghost. Come on, be realistic, Hillel.
No, I'm not me. Evan's the one disagreeing with his character. He's getting onto you about a ghillie suit. I think that Evan has misunderstood his own character, possibly.
Evan, you're blowing this out for everybody. Let me go look at this Twitter feed. Hold on. My latest contest is on while I am away in Brazil. Okay. Must be a superhero, meaning operating in Brazil. 2, multiple entries are allowed by a single person or team of 2. Is that it?
Well, there's more. You got to go down.
Oh. The entries must consist of name of character, pick of character, history, and powers. They must be submitted by August 9th at 10 a.m. Submit entries in this tweet or to Rick Piper at Cross Comics.
Or a Dropbox thing that I got there.
People are putting in pictures. Nobody has submitted any heroes yet, I don't think.
You know, there's been Halal submitted one to me via email, and so has Raggedy.
Well, don't you think that's a bit unfair that some people are putting in their entries privately and some are putting them publicly?
Hey, I said that they could do it right there in the tweet, that they could submit that way. It's up to you how you do it.
Oh.
You know, some people are able to do it one way, some aren't.
I think this is a game breaker right here. All right. So I think that my Brazilian buckler will be allowed, but I need somebody to write a story for the Brazilian buckler.
Yeah, you can team up with somebody else, you know, other than Evan. Evan can write that.
Yep, Hillel is telling Evan he can't help Diller's lack of confidence in his character. Let's see. And by the looks of this picture, it's the bottom half of him that is part ghost.
What are you talking?
So Evan feels like we've ganged up on you, John.
Well, it's true. I mean, I still won. I still won the argument, but I was ganged up on. Yes, it's just that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's when
that's
when I flourish. That's when I shine.
But then Evan came in and explained everything correctly, and we stopped ganging up on you.
Yeah, you guys and your misguided opinions.
No. My misguided opinion always hits the target, right? Straight and true.
And just because they were misguided by me doesn't mean that they weren't misguided opinions.
They were misguided. I mean, you misguided our opinion. You led us to believe that
so I'm correct. You have misguided opinions. Yeah.
Well, you give us the wrong information.
See how we will never answer yes or no? This is a typical SJW tactic right here.
Well, no, actually, SJWs will never answer an argument you give against them. I actually will. I'll answer an argument with an argument.
Yeah, he's Jewish. They're kings of arguing.
Do you know how much energy it takes me just to go to the store sometimes?
No. You're thinking of bargaining, Rick, not arguing.
No. Arguing too. Hey, Joe, we have a 63 volume set of books called the Talmud, which has on every page a list of arguments for and against certain things. So we're raised on arguing. It's part of the air we breathe.
Right.
So I was pointing out to you that Rick is correct. It is arguing.
Hey, even in the Bible, they say the reason at the gates every day, you know. Or in the Torah, you know, there's spots where it says about them, you know, talking at the gates every day or whatever. You know, I think 34th Psalm. Well, not 31st Psalm, 31st Proverb, where it says about the woman doing all the things she's doing, where it says, well, the guys are at the gate reasoning or talking or whatever over stuff, arguing over stuff. Well, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but.
Well, yes, it does say that Hillel's people are a hard-headed people. It does say that, yes.
Stiff-necked is what it says, stiff-necked.
And stiff-necked.
But you know what stiff-necked means, right? It means that...
don't we make no inappropriate jokes?
If we're looking at the ground, it's very hard to get us to look up. But if we're looking up to heaven, it's impossible to just look down. It means that we have a spiritual will towards God.
Yes, Bullet. He's half alligator, I think, or alligator, some sort of DNA array that he came across. He shot himself and he combined his DNA with a alligator, from what I can get from the bio that I read on him earlier.
He shot himself?
Yeah. Hey,
what does this do?
Translation.
Is he? Wait, he's Brazilian, not Cajun, right?
Yeah.
I could see a Cajun doing this. I don't know, Brazilian.
It's some sort of alien ray gun that he shot himself with.
I would, if I found an alien ray gun, the first thing I'd do is shoot myself with it.
Well, apparently it was accidental.
It was accidental self-shooting. Okay.
And this is why I do that on the YouTube.
And this is why we should have alien gun control, just for situations like this.
That's true. Yeah. 40 years worth.
That's right.
See, just because people argue all the time doesn't mean they're right. They can argue incorrectly for 40 years.
Hey, nobody said anybody was right at the arguing. They just argued to find out who is right. Come reason together. Reason together through arguing.
I reason together through reason.
Right. Yes, that's what we do as well. We reason together. But most people call reasoning arguments.
Except nobody's opinion ever changes.
That's not true. Maybe your opinion never changes, but lots of people. You changed my opinion. I originally had an idea for one of my characters, and then you said, sounds like you're doing the same thing that I was doing. Sounds like more like an anti-hero or whatever. And I said, you're right. I need to rethink this. So as you can see, your statement wasn't correct. People do change their opinions. I changed mine.
So you're saying you're not actually a Jew?
Jews change their opinion all the time as well.
Jesus would say otherwise.
Well, that's because Jesus was wrong.
Rick, are you going to take that on your show?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
All right, I got to go edit this video, Rick. Thanks for having me on, and the best of luck in Brazil. And I am going to wait. I'm going to hold my breath until you get back.
Well, and you heard me. I sent your package, your parcel today.
Oh, did you? Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
So you should get it either just before I get back or just after.
I can hold it a little bit of Rick Piper while you're gone. I can hold that and cherish it. All right, thanks, Rick. I'll see you later for having me on. Thank you very much.
You want to before you take off, John?
Yeah, sure. My name is John Dillard. You can find me on a YouTube channel called Dillard Draws. That's my channel. And if you go over there on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern, we have a game called Scribbattle where we draw some stuff and you guys in the chat guess. And if you guess correctly, you get a fantastic sticker, and it might even still be giving away commissions. So make sure to go sub to Dillard Draws. I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Later. And seeing as it's almost 3, and I've gone almost an hour longer than I intended, you want to promote yourself there? Hello?
Sure. My name's Hilo Penrod. I've got a YouTube channel called New Hero Comics. You can find me doing videos and drawings and various things such as that. And I am going to win Rick's contest. Either by having the most brilliant idea or overwhelming everybody with the sheer volume of characters that I produce.
Yeah, could be either or. And thank you for coming on. Hello. Thank everybody for tuning in for my last stream before I go to Brazil. I will miss doing these daily drawings. Everybody will miss the interaction. I will hopefully be on the 6th of August at about somewhere between 8 and 9, the latest, maybe 7, the earliest. So keep lookout on the 6th Eastern Standard Time for me to be back. I'll get on at within half an hour of me being home and, let you guys know that I arrived safely home and all that.
All right.
So, and check out all the links in my description. And I don't know what that was. Hopefully my mom's safe. I'll find out in a second. So, bye, everyone. God bless. Have a great day.